The best of money matters. Right Business.
Welcome to The Right Business, where we dive into the stories of trailblazers who dare to disrupt the status quo, find the gap in the market to find the right business. Hello, I'm Hongbin Jeong. Now, fertility and reproductive health have long been sensitive and even controversial topics in Singapore and across Asia. With changing societal norms, rising cost of living, and biological constraints, more individuals are grappling with the challenges of family planning. Yet, despite these obstacles, there remains a glaring gap in accessible resources, support, and solutions for those on this journey. One company is striving to address this is Zora Health, Asia's leading fertility, reproductive, and family health platform. With a mission to empower individuals to embrace life with options and without limitations, Zora Health is not only bridging knowledge gaps, but also revolutionizing how people approach their reproductive and family health journeys. And to share more about this, joining us today is Anna Vanessa Haotanto, who is the founder and CEO of Zora Health. Anna, welcome to the show.
Hi, Hongbin. Nice to be here with you.
Nice to have you join us today. Anna, Zora Health has emerged as Asia's leading fertility and reproductive health platform. What was the gap that you've identified which started this journey?
So I started Zora Health 2 years ago, and it was really, I will say, from a very personal journey. I faced challenges, so I had PCOS. I was navigating, my fertility, menopause, and I realized that how inaccessible and fragmented the resources were, especially in Asia. So, I was Googling for fertility doctors. I couldn't find who the doctors are, how much it costs, what process. So to me, there was really a clear gap in a platform that combined reliable information, personalized support, and also affordable access to care. And I think that's what inspired me to start Zora Health, so that, for our tagline, we want to let people live with options and without limitations.
I see. So there is some personal touch there as well. Anna, fertility is such a personal and often misunderstood topic. What are some of the most, common misconceptions you've encountered, and how does Zora Health help tackle these?
Yeah, thanks for asking that. That's my favorite question. I think one of the major misconceptions is that, fertility issues are only a women's problem. I think being in Asia, every time you hear about couples who can't conceive, or in the olden days, it's almost solely a women's issue, right? In reality, 1 in 6 people face fertility issues, and 50% of these infertility cases are actually male-related. Yeah, that's something that we really try to highlight to people and really try to de-stigmatize these issues. I think the other big misconception is that, when you think about fertility, you only think about it when you're ready to start a family, right? Or in your late 30s. But I wish people know that, age of optimal fertility is 18 to 31 years old. So an age of first marriage in Singapore is about 30 years old. So by the time you're ready, you're actually past your prime.
Right.
So I wish that people will start earlier.
Okay. Now, let's talk more about Zora Health. You've created Zora Health, which combines cutting-edge technology with patient-first solutions, offering a comprehensive platform for fertility and family health. So let's talk about your services here. Your platform offers everything from virtual consultations to a lifestyle marketplace. Could you walk us through the key offerings and how they work together to support patients and what, users can expect from, using Zora Health?
Okay, so I think the first part that we do is, what we really want is to make reproductive health, including fertility, really simpler and make it more accessible. One of the biggest offerings that we have is for, our patients or our users to speak to a care advocate. So we don't offer medical advice, but we actually answer all your questions that you might have. So for example, you may ask, what's the process like? What's the cost? Because the cost is very, very opaque. Right. And if you go to overseas, what are some of the regulations that you should take note of? Because every country is different, right? And ideally, when you're ready, we can connect you with the right clinics. So maybe just to give you an example, one of our patients, we have a patient who actually called us and said, I want to do egg freezing in Singapore and I want a female Muslim doctor. Okay. And we found her the right doctor for her.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, so it goes very specific and it can be, characterized in different little aspects, whether or not your doctors are from a certain religion. That's amazing. Now, Anna, fertility treatments are often complex and overwhelming. e-learning, how does your clinical treatment concierge services simplify the process for patients, especially those traveling abroad for care?
So I think it talks about how we do the first pre-consultation before we answer the questions, and then we make your first appointment. But what we promise our patients is that we take care of the whole journey for you. So one of the other things that we provide is really a self-guided e-learning program, because as you know, Hongbin, all of us are busy, right? This is not something that I want to spend hours with. So we have a very bite-sized, relevant, engaging e-learning programs for you to learn. The second thing is we also have our lifestyle marketplace where we offer curated products and services. And the reason is because for a lot of people, let's say you're going through any fertility journey, some people may want, whether they want to do tests or they want to explore PCM, we provide them an easy access to all these providers.
Well, you've also introduced self-guided e-learning programs. What kind of content do these programs offer, and how do they help patients, feel more confident and informed about their fertility journey?
So all of this program is actually professionally verified. So we use really medically verified information. I think the problem is today every information is online, but whether or not you can trust the information is another issue, right? So what we wanted to do is to make sure that whatever you read is relevant and is also informative to you.
I see. Well, with over 120 partner clinics across 16 countries, how do you ensure that every patient gets high quality, consistent care no matter where they are?
Yeah. So what we do is we have a very standard, onboarding process for both the clinics and patients. And when we refer to the patient, we follow up with both the patient and the clinics, and to ensure that we walk through the whole journey with them. This goes beyond, initial consultation, treatment planning, whether coordinating logistics. We really do the heavy lifting. And why is because we really want to provide this, emotional support and also post-treatment follow-ups, right? So that you have a very seamless experience.
I see. Well, it looks like transparency and trust are also at the heart of Zora Health's mission to make fertility care more accessible. And you've spoken about Zora Health's commitment to financial transparency as well, which can be rare in healthcare. How do you ensure patients have clear and upfront cost information for their treatments?
So we work very closely with the clinic to really ask them what are the prices for each step. Because I think fertility clinics can really be, the prices can be very complicated and opaque. So even if somebody, quote you a price, it can just be the procedure price, but not the medication, not the consultation. So when we speak to any patient, we really give the breakdown of components and tell them, okay, this is roughly the range of your cost.
I see. Well, treatments like egg freezing and IVF, they come with a lot of logistical and emotional hurdles as well. How does Zora Health support patients through the entire journey from planning to post-treatment care?
Yeah, so I think, what people really want is an access to somebody who can answer their questions, right? So, for example, some of our patients, when they go overseas, it's complicated. And sometimes, some patients are very afraid of injecting themselves. These are some of the little things that we make easier for our patients. And sometimes, patients don't contact the clinic directly, but they actually ask us questions such as, why are they prescribed this medication? At times, we have introduced patients to the clinics, but they don't vibe. I think vibing with your doctor is very, very important.
Right.
So we really try to do all these things for our patients.
I see. Well, something interesting here. It looks like Zora Health is also helping companies provide fertility and reproductive health benefits to their employees, breaking taboos and fostering inclusivity. How does Zora Health help companies, create this culture of openness and support for their employees? What kinds of workshops or initiatives does Zora Health, organize for companies? And is there one that stands out as particularly impactful?
So we work with companies to really normalize conversations about fertility, but on top of that is also menopause, men's health, and reproductive health. So things like, PCOS, hormonal health, endometriosis, and we offer workshops, webinars, family days. So the topic range quite wide, and what we want to do is really tell people that, hey, this is normal, right? We all face these issues. But one impactful initiative, really two workshops that I really enjoy is really about the fertility, because you can really see people's aha moment, right?
Yeah.
When you tell them, hey, you're 30 plus, and this is something you should consider. We normally don't push people to, do or don't do, but these are some things that you really learned, and you think to yourself, okay, I need to focus more on this.
I see.
The second one I will say is on menopause. I think that has been really meaningful because, as you know, again, menopause is one of those topics where we don't talk about.
Right.
But people do suffer from it. And, you know, when they understand, hey, this is the symptoms I'm going through, it's normal, and I can seek help, that is really, really very meaningful to me.
I see. Well, Zora Health is leading the charge in Asia when it comes to addressing these gaps. So far, Anna, how has the market responded to Zora Health? Are there any success stories that stand out to you, whether from patients, clinics, or corporate partners?
Yes. Well, I think the response has been really encouraging. I think, you know, patients really appreciate our transparency and seamless experience. For clinics, obviously, they value the trust that they have with us and access to a broader patient base. But one of my favorite stories is really, you know, we have a Zora baby soon. So that is really heartwarming.
Zora baby.
Yes, I can't wait.
I see. Amazing. Well, are there any new features, partnerships, or innovations on the horizon that you're particularly excited about? Are you also planning to broaden your area of focus in the coming months? What's next?
Yes, we are very excited about several initiatives. One of them is really working with corporates closely because, as you know, fertility treatments can be very expensive. And I think that there is a market in Singapore and Asia to really focus and support employees in these manners. The next one will really for us is, of course, you know, introduction of AI-powered tools for personalized tracking and planning. So this, basically, as you know, we work with a lot of clinics. In fact, we have our fertility directory that has 4,000 listings of both doctors and clinics, right? And we want to help people and personalize this faster with AI. So this is something that we are very excited about.
I see. And before we let you go here, Anna, as Zora Health continuously grows, how do you intend to lead the change and transform the conversation around fertility and reproductive health in Asia and beyond?
Yeah, I think for us, the focus is always on, you know, providing the best service and care for our patients, right? In fact, our whole tagline is to let everyone live with limitations and with options and without limitations. But what we really want to do is really serve individuals and corporate and scale toward Asia, where these topics are taboo and people are underserved. So I hope that, you know, even if they don't engage with Zora, they will understand that these are something that is very normal and they will be more open towards these topics.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Anna, for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. That was Anna Vanessa Haotanto, who is the CEO and founder of Zora Health. This has been The Right Business with me, Hongbin Jeong.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.